Welcome back to Let's Play Rune Factory Oceans. Man, what a mess. For whatever reason, my capture card software, I have the Elgato, whatever the hell, for whatever reason, it was like, video format not supported, and I was like, why? Is it because of my new TV that is technically not new because it's a hand-me-down? Or
Rune Factory.
I have no idea because it just fixed itself when I just closed it and opened it again. So I don't know what that was about. And after that, it's like, because I'm stubborn, right? I have Audacity on an external hard drive, and whenever I plug it in, stupid USB leads, and it gives all hell, and I disconnected, so I have to readjust it to get in the right spot so it stays connected. Seriously, I don't know why I just don't put, Audacity on, my regular hard drive to make things much easier. So, 24th, it's now the 3rd of March. And I have finally played Rune Factory 4. And it's very different to this game, but also similar in ways. And while there are no appearances from characters from this game that I'm aware of in the game so far, I've defeated the second boss in the game so far. It has compared to this game where it's proper 3D, it's because, Rune Factory 4 was originally on the 3DS. So it has that, Nintendo kind of DS style graphics, where it's... I mean, they call it the 3DS, but, it's more like kind of somewhere in between 2D and 3D kind of looking graphics. Where it's like, it's 3D space going around like this, but it doesn't feel quite as in-depth because you don't have control of the camera, because the camera's in a fixed spot overhead. If you get what I mean by that. What was I gonna say there? Oh yeah. I haven't encountered any characters from this game. Because, you got... Prior to this game, it was Rune Factory Frontier, which I've never played. That's where Net comes from, and there's at least one or two other characters from that game that will make a cameo appearance in this game. And I'm like, I wonder if any characters from this game would make a cameo appearance in Rune Factory 4. And I haven't seen it so far, but I have technically seen them, mentioned. Because it's like real random fan art thing that you can check in the game. And it's like, competition that they did, and you got a bunch of fan art. And the characters from the games would react to the fan art. And there were very few, but they were there, of characters from this game. For example, the three sisters appeared in, I think, 2 separate artworks. They did technically appear, and they commented on that. Pandora appeared in one as well, and Pandora is still Pandora, because she was still going on about, conquering the world and stuff. So that felt the most in character of all the reactions. Adine and Sonja appear in, well, Adine appears in 2 separate art pieces, and Sonja only appears in 1. Surprisingly, Bacchus appears in 1, like as a side character, kind of collection of side characters from the minor characters from the series, I guess. And he was passed out drunk at the table. Those are the only characters that actually appeared in any of the artworks. The ones that commented on them were, the 3 sisters, Adine, Sonja, Bacchus. I'm not sure if he actually commented on it, but Joe makes a comment. I think Bismarck makes a comment, and Makoto and James also made a comment. Quinn and Kelsey also made a comment. And I think that was it, really. I don't think Sierra, Marin, Electra, or Beatrix, or Gerard, or Jocelyn even made any kind of appearance there. Like, whether it be in the pictures, the fan art, or, the comments on the fan art. But there's one interesting thing that I noticed in the game. I assume this has probably been a reoccurring thing throughout the series, but since I've only played Rune Factory Oceans up to that point. I mean, Electra's always on about her uncle in wherever the hell. So, you know, the Santa Coquille family seems like they're, you know, quite a widespread family, you know. And there is, at this Santa Coquille in, I don't know if you can hear my niece crying in the background, she's over currently. And, well, there's a character called Porcelain, or whatever the hell his name's pronounced as, and he very much you can see the resemblance with Beatrix. I'll actually find a picture and show him on the screen here. And man, I really picked the worst times to record. It's like, god damn it. But yeah. And much like Beatrix, he has a love of food, but unlike Beatrix, he's also a chef, so it's kind of you know, kind of a bad thing because he keeps eating everyone's food that he's trying to serve, but of course it's just his character. Other than that, is there any other connection to the game that you can think of from these characters that I've seen so far? Oh yeah, there's also telescopes you can look through, and there was definitely like referencing each location from each of the games. Because there was that whale island thing, it's just like comments, hey, there's a whale or something like that. But there's also one, obviously, for Benef Island where it says an island out in the middle of the ocean, clearly referencing this game. So there's a few neat references there, I've noticed. Let's actually get on with it, shall we? I also checked the guides, and I was wrong. It isn't the goblins I should be fighting, it should be the trolls and ghosts. They're the ones that drop the cheap cloth on Shipwreck Island. Oh yeah, also, you know, the monsters are, you know, obviously in the game too. You got... It's like, so far I haven't seen any dragons. I've seen fan art of you. You're probably in the game somewhere. Woolies are in the game, obviously. I've seen fan art of you, so you gotta be there as well. And you, I've seen you too. The Buffamoo in freaking Rune Factory 4 looks absolutely terrifying, by the way. It's just like that lower quality graphics kind of just like makes it terrifying.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, and another thing, in the fan art, whenever there'd be a woolly, the woolly would like, for whatever reason, talk. It would be like, you know, just making noises, and then it'd have a translation under it. And apparently, you woolies feel oppressed throughout the series and you want to rise up or something. It was very random. If I, you know, make a one-off, like, video playing it briefly, I will show the fan art section just to show what I mean by that, because it's kind of random. What am I doing? Also, the barn is in the game as well. Unlike this game, I guess you can make multiples. Currently, I've got a Buffamoo, a Woolly, of course, was the first one I got, and the Skyfish was the only monsters I've currently got. Farming feels a lot more important in Rune Factory 4 as well. The farm is also in the town itself, so it's a bit different. But, you know, farming is kind of the same thing, but it's like making money in the game. You've got to ship stuff, and you gotta wait till the next day to make a profit, so yeah. Most I've had at once so far in that game is how much? I think 3,000, just a little over 3,000. Oh yeah, it was the forge that I bought. Because you gotta buy, you know, it's much like James, but there's multiple, you know, stores where you gotta buy things from. It's not as simple as, oh, you can use my forge. No, you have to buy your own forge. But you need a license as well, so you use these Prince Point things, because you basically arrive out of the sky in the game, having lost your memory because of some two douchebags hit you over the head while trying to get whatever the hell it was you were originally trying to do somewhere. You fall on a dragon's head, somehow survive, and you have no memory, and the dragon's just like, oh, well, You must be the prince we've heard about. It's like, I don't think I'm a prince now. And then the actual prince shows up eventually and he's like, hey, can you know, I've got other things to do right now, so can you continue to pretend to be the prince? And so you get prince points you can use to do a bunch of things like get licenses, add new festivals, and a few other things like increase like the storage space, how much you can carry, a bunch of things you can do. It feels a bit more in depth than this game. You know, one other thing that I'm seeing, you know how I use dual blades? It's my primary weapon in this game. I have not got dual blades in Rune Factory 4 yet, but they do exist. I just haven't come across one and don't have the rest of them. But the first weapon you get is like short swords, and for the first time, that's not really the first, well, it is technically the first time. It's like I only played the game, but I wouldn't have thought after playing this game that a long sword would be my primary weapon. It's quite useful, surprisingly, in that game. It's got the long range. Still kind of slow, but it gets the job done. If you're getting ganged up on it, you just swing it all around you and knock the shit out of everyone attacking you. It's like you do have the staff as well, but you've also got like, magic rune abilities you can use. So the staffs don't feel quite as important so far. Because you can just use magic. It takes up more rune points, but it gets the job done. Also, the cast feels a bit more diverse, gender-wise. Because you can play as, like, from the start, you can, like, you choose the protagonist, you can play as male or female, so obviously a bit more thought out with, like, okay, you're gonna have equally as many male and female marriage candidates. There's also, like, a mode for marriage, which is separate to the main story mode, so I don't know how that works. I assume whoever you get with at the end of the story or whatever, I don't know, you can carry it on into that mode. It seems like it unlocks with each character you... I don't know how it works. I haven't got a relationship with the games. There doesn't seem to be any friendship of anything either, because I'm up to like 3 points on some characters, and there's not been any kind of friendship of this, so I don't know how it works. But overall, I'm kind of enjoying the game. It does have a huge difficulty spike though. It's like, oh, this is way too easy, man. I got to the first boss without even trying. And when I eventually got the second boss was absolutely wrecking the shit. Took many tries. I even brought one of the townsfolk along with me, because you can go on an adventure with pretty much most, if not all, of the people in town. You can ask them, hey, want to go on an adventure? And they will tag along and fight me. So I went with this character, Forte, or whatever the hell her name's pronounced as. Because she's, you know, the, what are they called again? She's essentially like protects the town. Kind of like Makoto in a way, you know, always carrying a sword around. It was the one that gave me the long sword originally. So even with that, I still got my ass kicked. So I eventually won on my own. It's just like, you just gotta chug down those potions, because, you know, while you can chug down the potions instantly in that game, food is much the same as in this game. It takes a little while for the protagonist to scoff it all down, so it leaves you open to attack, and the final phase of the second boss fight in the game is really fast, so that's something you don't want to have to deal with. So I just relied on potions instead. You know, it's much like when I rambled about that blue reflection second lights. It's like, I'll have like in my mind, it's like, okay, I'm gonna ramble about this and that, and then when I actually get to recording, it's like, blam! I can't remember what I was gonna ramble about. And, you know, I've gone through so many festivals in that game so far. They kind of come and go pretty quickly. It seems every festival so far has been a festival where you take part in an activity. It's like, the last one I did was a festival where you gotta beat the shit out of a bunch of woolies, some of which are ginormous, so that their wool will come off, and whoever gets the most point wins. And so far, that's the only festival I've actually won. There's of course a fishing contest that was surprisingly won by the person who was the least enthusiastic about it, so I don't know how that works. What other festivals? There was this festival where they throw beans at you, and you've got to like dodge failed dishes and get all the beans, as much beans as you can for points. Pretty random. Pretty random. I wonder how long the game is, because if it's got 2 modes, I imagine the story mode is probably not nearly as drawn out as this story. I don't know. Especially if it's, you know, has the marriage thing locked for each character, I assume. And there's also this extra scenario thing. I don't know what it actually is, because I haven't checked it. Mostly because most of them are locked behind a paywall, except for one. But it does seem to be like some kind of extra shit that's DLC locked. I don't actually know what it is, so I have to check it. Might be like some other story, I don't know. I will eventually check that out, probably after I've completed everything else. It'll probably take a long time.
It's already 6.
You know, back to like the characters in this game potentially making a cameo appearance. I don't think any character in this game is gonna make a cameo appearance in that game, because I just can't imagine it. I mean, they live on an island out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I can imagine maybe that Boston guy will maybe at some point reference his relatives and be like, oh yes, Beatrix on Plymouth Island, oh yes, it's been a while since I last saw her. He has an over-the-top voice, as you would imagine, you know. But actually making an appearance, I think the only ones I can really think actually making a cameo appearance is maybe Josie, which technically doesn't live on Plymouth Island. And maybe James, because he does travel every now and then. And maybe Joe as well, but he tends to stick to the ocean. So I can't really imagine him going to the mainland. And you know, the neat thing in that game is, you know, obtaining stuff is the pain in the ass. By stuff, I mean stuff from monsters from fighting. Because you can get an airship license and just fly whatever the hell you want at any given time. Which I've done, but it's not really like a neat travel park, because I haven't really unlocked any area that I can't simply just walk to within a reasonable amount of time from the town itself. But it makes it easier to obtain stuff that monsters drop, because you can just leave the town and there you have monsters in the forest. Or you want to get monsters from the water shrine or wherever, just, you know, go down a bit south and go east and you'll get there. It's like not very far away, so. And even then, you got the airships, so I imagine further locations will still be able to fly there instantly. So it's much easier to obtain stuff like proof of worry and stuff that most drop. And there's more shops as well. They don't really sell a great deal of stuff so far, but unlike this game where it doesn't really seem to change much over time, it does actually change over progress. Unlock new things in the stores. Buy more crops. Well, not crops necessarily. They sell crops. They sell seeds for plant crops. It's a bit different. The monsters don't, you know, dictate what crops will grow in that game. You've got to plant them yourself. So it's a bit more in depth. What am I doing? Oh yeah. I haven't really been able to make much in the way of food. Turnips don't really give you a lot of options, because that's the starting crop. Gotten a few flowers like toy herbs, and you can buy rice and find bamboo shoots and stuff like that, and you can fish. You have to buy a freaking expensive ass knife that you also need stone and lumber for as well. So you gotta get materials to actually be able to make this shit. And just getting a knife costs like, I don't know how much it costs, but you also have to have a license. You have to have a license to cook, you see. And you also gotta have all the resources needed for it. Even though it's just a freaking knife. Well, it's technically a table with a bunch of knives. But you need it if you're gonna make, you know, fish dishes and stuff, you know. Let's go take a bath and then, oh yeah, baths are also in here as well. It's a bit different though, because, get this right, you have to, like, after a while, you take a few baths, eventually, your free, you know, baths that you get, yeah, you're no longer allowed to. You have to pay each all the time. It's the same. Oh, that's another thing that I found nice, but annoying at the same time. If you get knocked out in that game, you go to the clinic. Like, you'll immediately be at the clinic. They'll treat you, but only the first time is free. After that, they'll charge you 500 each time. It's annoying. If you don't have that much money with you, they'll take whatever goals you have on you at that time. So it's annoying. But the positive is, it doesn't mean you lose the rest of the day. No time is wasted. Just your money, which is kind of a bitch, to be honest. But yeah, baths, have to pay to use the baths. That's kind of annoying. I haven't used a bath since. I ain't paying 300 gold just to take a bath. It's outrageous. Oh yeah, and one other thing I've noticed, this is in Rune Factory 4. Although it technically is a thing in Rune Factory 4 as well. But, you know, it just kind of further proved the point that these seemingly useless skills we get actually do have a purpose. It's like, I obviously don't notice them, and I don't think anyone probably does unless they're really paying attention. But these skills actually do increase your stats gradually over time. Trolls and ghosts, please. That's not a troll or a ghost. Okay, that's a troll. You know what? Let's actually use a long sword. You know what? It doesn't really feel all that different to how it does in Rune Factory 4. But Rune Factory 4 feels a bit better. I guess it's because of the fixed camera angle. Get out of here! Man, you're quite sturdy, aren't you? Give me cloth. That's not cloth. Ah, son of a bitch. Ghosts and cloth only, please. I mean, ghosts and trolls. Well, don't mind if I do. Space break. That's kind of a shame because I need space for the cloth. It's getting pretty late, guys. Come on. Don't want your stupid goblins. You guys I wasted my time on previously. You guys don't drop what I need. Where are the trolls? I think I've been trolled. Oh, there you are. Yeah. You just don't get enough time in this game. It's really annoying. You led the long shot, dash attack. There's a troll in the dungeon. Except this isn't a dungeon.
Take that! Get some! It's the middle of the night. Get to bed already.
You know what? I have not been up this late in Rune Factory 4 yet. Because really, there's not really much reason to be up this late in Rune Factory 4, but in this game, everything takes frickin' ever. Just freaking pirate goblins. Fuck this shit. What a waste of time. Tedious, annoying, and all other words that mean the same thing. Fuck. Fuck. Sheep. Cloth. Bitches. You know what? I will immediately go to the shipwreck island. You know, after doing the morning routine, because fuck this shit. This is ridiculous. It takes way too long to get anything, as per usual. This game just has really time-consuming tasks. Optional though they are, technically, you know, here. Because I don't need to do this, I could just go to the final boss. Get this shit done already. But no, I'm stubborn. Besides, I think I've just got my ass kicked. I might do that in the next part, though. Just like, I just got screwed. Let's try it anyway. You know, let me see if I can recognize. They're probably the same exact swords. Wait. What am I looking at? Wait, what is that? It is a longsword. Why do these look like katanas? Well, not well. I mean that does. Well, technically they are kind of a bit too long for that, but still. I think the longsword I'm using is this one, which is the starting one, which is weird because I had one that was weaker level than that, so that's strange. I also looked into the recipe guide and stuff like that, and there are specific requests that will reward you with the recipes. And those Pandora ones I was taking on had absolutely nothing to do with any of them. So, complete waste of time. Also, the rosary is in fact something I can't make because I don't have the recipe for it. So, yeah. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? How the hell does a fan count as a hammer? Just strange. Why am I taking so long to get to the point here? I really do want more staffs, man. Also, you know, making stuff in Rune Factory 4, you don't have this mini game thing here. It's pretty much just pick the right ingredients and your guides. And if you don't, I guess you fail and get a failed dish, but I don't think that would apply to Fortune. You know what? I've actually got all the trophies now for, you know, crafting stuff. Because I've made so many of these damn things over and over again to increase my skills that I eventually got, like, I don't know what the trophy was, like 1500 times crafting. I think it's the highest one. There we go. And you know, I have a recipe for pickles in Rune Factory 4, but I don't have any cucumbers. So in a way, farming is technically a bit more tedious in that game because you don't really have the handy-dandy monsters to just, you know, automatically grow certain crops.
Time to go to bed. Good morning.
It's the lucky lotto. Well, in that case... You know, it really is a shame. In that Rune Factory 4, you can upgrade your storage and stuff. This game, there's no such thing. You like can upgrade it once. Maybe it even is the case in that game for a while. I haven't really upgraded it yet, but you know, you only get to upgrade it once, and this is the best you're ever gonna get. Kind of disappointing in a sense. Like in this game, I've like got so much shit that I don't need. I'm pretty much a hoarder at this point in this game. While in the other game, I barely got anything.
What a lovely morning.
And even then, you don't just get a storage box, you know. You also get a fridge to store all, you know, crops and food stuff. So it's kind of separate, so it kind of bounces out of it, I guess. I love fruit with one exception. I can't stand roasted apples. Fruit should be eaten as it is, anything, not cooked. Yeah, but if I give you fruit on its own, you'd just be like, you know, you wouldn't be too impressed by it. You'd be like, oh, this is nice, I'm gonna eat it. Or something, or no, you'd be like, well, this makes me so happy, you know, the kind of neutral response.
Oh, this looks delicious. I'll have to eat it later.
What a nice aroma. Good morning. Another day to do our best.
Once I start cleaning, I feel the day has really begun. You know, one thing in that fan art bit, I can't remember who Odette was mentioning, but she was mentioning a character that is not in this game, so it's like, who the hell are you talking about, Odette?
You want me to taste it? I warn you, I'm a tough judge.
I forgot. Strawberry jam, yeah, kind of got mixed up with that. Anyone else there? Nope. As usual.
Hello.
God damn it.
Oh, good morning, you two.
Now I've just realized something. I don't think you can actually jump in Rune Factory 4. Oh, what a lovely brush. Did you make it yourself? Still haven't got that cheap cloth.
Thank you so much. Now, what sort of accessory should I make with this?
Morning. What did you say?
Hey, do you think you're ogling?
Can I really have this? I won't give it back to you even if you ask for it, you know.
Wait, what? Where'd she go?
Good morning.
How strange.
Good morning. I wonder what we'll be having for lunch. It's so fun to think about.
If you're sorry, Bonnie, just come talk to me. Not that I think I can do anything.
Good morning.
I wonder how big the Santa Cookie family is, because they've probably been in most of the games in the series.
Why, good morning. I do hope you'll have a good day.
Oh, I do love this island. It was a happy accident that landed me here on Fennec Island. You secretly Bob Ross? Fate leads us down some unexpected paths. I used to be a painter, you know.
Morning! Good morning!
You know, two other characters I could imagine potentially taking a cameo appearance is like an older Quinn and Kelsey, like traveling the world or something, but I doubt it. How about I go on an adventure with you? Well, unfortunately, that's not a thing.
Good morning.
It's like a Rune Factory 4 years ago. They'll talk to most of the people and they'll be like, want to go on an adventure? They'll be like, hey, sure, why not? It's like the wife of the doctor is like, hey, let's go fight some monsters. Like, sure. And just uses her puts on some gloves and just beats the shit out of monsters. It's like, yeah, this is a totally normal thing for pretty much everyone in that town. Let's go fight monsters and go on adventures. I wrote this on the 24th day of autumn. I'm only 1 year younger than my sister for 2 weeks of the year. You know, I should check the calendar and kind of... I mean, I've only gone through spring so far, but... in that game, you learn birthdays pretty early on. Because they'll talk about the birthday right as it's about around the corner or on the day.
Good day.
So you learn the birthdays pretty quickly, is what I'm saying.
Let's go have some fun. I'm up for it anytime.
Well, they're still asleep. Also gotta do the lucky lotto as well. This might end up being a long part. Well, maybe not, because Beatrix looks like she's heading there, but I don't know, I forget what time it starts. Also, another thing I've noticed in Rune Factory 4, I mean, you have the teleportation ability itself, but the other characters clearly, well, they probably do as well, but they don't, you know, teleport to another location instantaneously like in this game. You see them walking off screen, they will walk to the next screen. They will travel like normal people.
You're up early.
I need to make sure you watch your RP. Of course. If not, you might collapse. How about a pink cat?
Thank you very much. I love this.
Good morning to the both of you.
I bid you good day. The other day, Electra asked me if there was anything I wasn't satisfied with on the island. It's very tasty worse so seriously, but you know, it's all done. He's gonna teleport to the baths. Like he always does. He's already there, isn't he? Son of a bitch. Damn you, Bacchus! I'm taking a long way regardless of long way I'm doing, really. You know, the map in Rune Factory 4 is also a bit a pain in the ass, because you know in this game you look up and see each location, but you get in like the lower left side of the screen, you can like increase the size of the map, and you'll just see their heads like this, for example, and you just see them kind of dotting around on the map. And if they're in a building, it makes it harder to tell where the hell some characters are. It can be kind of annoying if you're trying to talk to or find any character.
Good morning, you two.
I often eat cakes with a later, and I'm sorry to say she always seems struggles. I'm sorry to say, but you're going to be wasting your time. Because now you've got to wait several seconds. So, nice weather, eh? I've suddenly become Canadian. That's a Canadian thing, right? Add an A at the end of a lot of... Well, that's stereotypical. But I imagine it is a thing, to an extent.
Hey, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? That's how young folk ought to be.
Watch you run around and eat really makes me want to get my hands ready.
Yeah!
Keep out of kid till I come out of time and join you in your adventures. You know, it also makes me wonder, because if the Rune Factory games are all connected, it's like, you know, the legendary Golem Fletcher. Do you think any of the other protagonists from the other games hear about it and are just like, someone else will do something about it? Ain't my problem.
You guys must be morning people.
Sometimes I wake up from a nap and realize it's morning. It doesn't have 4 to, right? Right? Have some gold.
Whoa! I've been wanting this! Thanks! You're a lifesaver!
And then she immediately leaves. She's going to the baths. Pandora, why do you take your time? It's like, because it's a bath.
Good job. So, you are hard at work this morning. Excellent.
I mean, one does not simply have a quick bath. I mean, it takes ages just to fill a bloody bath. But, you know, this is a bathhouse. It's already there.
Indeed.
Fine weather. It'd be pleasant to do laundry on such a day. That makes me think. This one character that's like over the top kind of reminds me somewhat of that Armstrong guy from Fullmetal Alchemist. It's like this kind of old posh butler guy. He's actually kind of tough because, like, he levels these trees that are blocking your way. He just charges through them. He's like, holy shit, man. But he's over the top and, like, prone to crying a lot. And he just, like, the only reason I'm thinking of that is because he'd be like, oh, there's, you know, rainy days are really bad for laundry and stuff.
Good morning.
He's a very emotional guy.
What will it be?
Wait, we're doing this the wrong way around
How many do
here.
you need? I'll send it to your monster shed. What are you selling?
Not all of them, just most of them.
Thank you so much.
Even though I don't... Oh, that's another thing. I've noticed, like, unless there's an option I'm overlooking, Rune Factory 4, you can't really sell stuff.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, you've got to ship stuff in a box, I guess. So that's the only way you can really make money.
Thank you so much.
Probably, maybe other ways, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Wait, what? Oh, it's because I sold so many of them.
Thank you so much.
It's a lovely day today. The sun feels wonderful on the skin, doesn't it? Until it gives you skin cancer. Well, that suddenly got pretty dark, didn't it? I'm not sure if the, well, by the time I get there, 10 AM I think is the minimum time. No, I'm not gonna get there on that time to, you know, do anything else here. Do you want to try your luck in the lottery? You know the rules, and so do I.
Let us begin.
Wah, wah, wah.
Ooh!
Oil flower. Well, that isn't too bad, I guess.
Congratulations!
Except the fact it's gonna take up storage space.
Let us begin.
Wah, wah, wah.
Ooh!
Another Noel flower. Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Oh yeah, that was another funny thing. When I won a festival in Rune Factory, you like walk past characters and they'd all be like, "Congratulations!"
Let us begin.
Will it be another Noel flower?
Ooh!
Well, yes it is.
Congratulations!
I wonder if it's a seasonal thing. It's like the prize will always be a Noel flower.
Let us begin.
This time of year. It's probably gonna be 5 again. Of course. At least I'm getting the same item, I guess.
Congratulations!
And that's all. You get some flowers. Now piss off. Go put them in storage, never to be seen again. Until you start growing them, then they'll be seen again. Or, you know, when you want to clear up inventory space. It's the Christmas tree flower. So, I guess I'll do for this part. I will probably take on the final boss in the next part. Still, I'm thinking of trying to at least. But at the same time, we'll see. So, I shall see you next time, viewers. See you next time.